Okay, so this came up. When I use the sentiment parameter, sometimes my position is sold completely instead of just the value assigned to quantity. How can I avoid that? A little bit more context here. What was going on is that the user, what was coming through was sentiment flat, because the user is using the placeholder strategy dot market underscore position, something like that, and then flat was coming through, but the user didn't know that flat was like one of the options that could come through the parameters. They were just copying and pasting this inside of the as a JSON payload, and so they were surprised when the position closed because they had sent a quantity as well. So uh, the sentiment flat will supersede whatever quantity is there, right?
Well, if you send sentiment flat, then it's going to exit the current position that's there. If you send sentiment uh, long, or sentiment, is it sentiment bullish? Shoot, now I need to pull up the docs. It's
It's
been a minute.
long, short, and flat, I believe.
Yeah. So if you send long and you send a quantity less than what you currently have, then we'll sell the amount that gets you to that target quantity. So if you don't want it to sell off the whole position, you would just have to not use the sentiment parameter. It's like worth pointing out that sentiment isn't a required parameter. You can stick with simpler messages, action buy, action sell, and then define the quantity that you want to buy or sell. The sentiment parameter was really only designed to stay in line with the way that the TradingView simulator works, depending on your strategy instructions and how it should, do partial entries and partial exits. You may have some sentiment there that tells it to remain in a position, or partial long position that remains. So we tried to build the system to line up with the way that TradingView works. But if you have a different approach, or you want it to behave in a certain way, you might consider avoiding the sentiment parameter and specify exactly what you want it to do with the action and quantity parameters.